I wanted to update you guys on the USDA NRCS high tunnel program that I had applied to last year in 2021. So I had submitted paperwork then, didn't hear back from them, but I also didn't follow up with them because I was supposed to get soil over in this west edge of the garden where I was planning to put the high tunnel. That was supposed to happen in the summer of 2021 last year, but I didn't get it because soil is really hard to come by on the island. And you're supposed to have had crops growing in the soil for at least a year before you can get a tunnel. So anyway, I kind of just let that go. But early this year in 2022, I heard from a new project manager saying, hey, are you still interested in getting a tunnel? And I said, oh, definitely yes, but I don't have soil. I haven't been growing anything over there. So maybe I could put the tunnel over on this east edge of the garden. So I resubmitted the paperwork and put in a new map, but at the point that was done, they didn't have funding for this year for the tunnels. So I couldn't get that, which in some ways maybe is good because now I'm again rethinking that the original idea of having the high tunnel running along the west edge of the garden might be better. Just for the lighting and stuff like that, getting the morning light. And so that's where that's at. And so I'll be resubmitting paperwork at some point here. The NRCS folks are going to be coming out for a site visit at the beginning of September, so I'll probably have more information at that point. But that's where I'm settled. I've been kind of eyeballing things out here, trying to decide, like what is the best thing to do. I've been trying to decide where I should put my big high tunnel greenhouse if I get it. Initially, I was going to run it lengthwise here, but I didn't have anything planted in this new soil. And so you're supposed to have stuff growing for a year. I thought I'd put it over on the east side of the garden, but now I have potatoes and stuff growing here this season, so that should work if I want it there. Just trying to get an eyeball of how much of a shadow these greenhouses cast in case I ever want more than one greenhouse. And I'm just looking here. This is about 5 feet of shade. Now, of course, these greenhouses are not quite as tall as the one I'd be getting for over here. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking a greenhouse, 48 feet long, about 20 feet wide. If it was rolling, it could roll onto another 48 feet that direction. So yeah, that's what I'm starting to settle on. Looking back at the garden from this direction, I have room for at least one more bed, if not more. So I've got, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds that would fit underneath a big high tunnel. And then let's say I use this bed, for space so I get between the big high tunnel and these greenhouses. And I'm also thinking about combining 2 greenhouses so I only have one door at either end. So I have space here, and then let's say I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds. So I have a total of 12 beds plus 1, 13 that would be outside. Little greenhouses in the back. And a big high tunnel greenhouse covering 6 beds out here. And then that could roll off and cover 6 beds here. and all of these beds would be about 40 feet, with a little bit of room on the ends. Another thing that I was considering is that, you know, the morning light hits this side of the garden where the potatoes are right now, and the older area of the garden is the afternoon light that hits over here. And at first I was thinking, you know, maybe it'd be better to get the warmer afternoon light on the high tunnel. But actually I think that maybe the morning light, getting everything warmed up quickly, might be a better scenario. And so we're getting some nice morning light here that comes through the afternoon. I really need to kind of take a real close look at the timing of that. This time of year, the sun is not as high in the sky, and so it's maybe a little more similar to springtime. The sun comes up over here, and it just rolls up above the trees and comes down all the way over here. So it kind of just comes in almost a full circle. And we got our little babies back in the back there now. So another reason that having the high tunnel over on the west edge is probably the best idea is because I had been building a hugelkultur over here on the east edge of the garden. Anytime I would take down trees or cut brush, I would move it over there. And I've got one big area that's got planer shavings on the top of it where the deer always hang out, and then another area over here where I've got a bunch of brush piled in there. And then I've been any driftwood that I get when I pick up seaweed and have to kind of weight down the tarp, you know, I throw that over there. And so I have a gap that I'd like to fill over there, which I'm going to start doing today. So I'm going to, I've got a tree that needs to come down over here on the west edge. Take the brush and the limbs and stuff and throw that over there, the trunk. And so I first need to clear out a little brush and trees in that little gap over there. And so if I were to put the high tunnel on this east edge, it would kind of shade out and block out that little area over there that I had planned maybe to put blueberries or maybe some rhubarb or something else, either inside or outside the fence, I'm not sure. The other thing too is the compost bins are over on this side. So if I wanted a rolling tunnel, it wouldn't be able to roll onto this area until I were to move the compost bins, which I'd kind of like to eventually move the compost bins, but that may be something that is a few years down the road. So yes, definitely thinking that it'd be better to have the high tunnel on the west side. And so I'm going to start working on hugelkultur today on this east side. Okay, so I've got all of there's just a couple little tiny trees, some brush in here. I cut down some logs that were sticking up. Tyler came out and cut the really big log with the gas chainsaw because it was a little much for the little electric chainsaw. Okay, so looking from this patch here, this old patch, filling in the gap, and the old patch back there with brush, logs, planer shavings. We gotta start to our east boundary hugelkultur and got the west area cleaned out. Tree, brush, moss, everything cleared out in here. Okay dudes, I'll update you on this project when I hear from NRCS. See them at the beginning of September, and if anything comes up. 7:30 p.m. and even if there wasn't a forest, there wouldn't be much sun left.
Okay, little buddies, I need to go close the greenhouses. Hi, little baby. Hi, little babies. I need to close the greenhouses. Should I, go a different direction? Hi, babies. It's okay. I'm just gonna go over here, okay? See, I'm not going to scare you or anything. Okay? Hi, babies. Okay. We're just going this way. Oh, little buddies. Okay.
Oh my goodness, they're both camped out.
Hi, babies. Hi, little babies.